Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-September 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Virgo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages they receive, as well as the meaning of tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But with that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close the last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming through the remainder of September. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions. We're going to take a look at your crystal of the month and look at a healing note. Let's see here, pulling a summary card for our first column, which is again what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card Fortitude. Fortitude is like about overcoming obstacles and almost like downplaying them. Like no matter what pops up, it's not a big deal. And this is good energy to have, Virgo, to just like be able to shrug things off and be like, meh, wasn't an issue. And that's totally like a mindset. So it's really neat to see that. But this is an indicator of like the fact that you were able to overcome things. And it could have been a lot of things in these last few weeks or month. So definitely some overcoming energy there. Let's see what messages we've got here. Things are going to be more challenging than we anticipated too. Let's take a look at our cards. The first card that we have is the Justice card. The Justice card is a card of cause and effect, win-win solutions. This is also like a really good card if there are legal matters, contracts, dealings of the court, that type of thing. This indicates a positive outcome for you. But again, justice is always in your favor. So it really didn't matter what popped up. You were going to make lemons out of lemonade no matter, make lemons into lemonade no matter what, Virgo. Sorry, I did not say that correctly. But definitely overcoming. But again, things are going to work out in your favor. You just can't do wrong in this situation no matter what came at you. The next card that we have is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient, very honest. I'm not surprised to see this. Again, this is like no matter what was said, no matter what happened, no matter what came up, you were going to keep doing it anyways. You were going to keep moving forward. You were going to keep accomplishing what you wanted to accomplish. That Queen of Swords is like that very self-sufficient energy, that kind of unstoppable energy. Then at the bottom here, we have the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change, news coming in. I do feel like the news and the Justice card kind of come together. This is like justice is truth coming out. And then you have the 8 of Wands at the bottom here, finding truth out. So again, I feel like you did find out truth or got an answer to something, and of course with the Justice card, it's something that's favorable to you. Let's take a look here and clarify this row. The first card that we have is the first clarifier we have is the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. This is also a card of being persistent. And I feel like, again, going back to this legal matter, this court issue, this contract thing, there was something you were like having to push for. It's not like this was like an easy win-win situation, but this was like cause and effect. You really had to fight for this. Again, with Fortitude, it was things popping up. So I don't feel like this was like an easy feat. It was a win, but this is like a reflection of you having to push for it. The next card that we have is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is very bold, very powerful, very charming. But this is also a card of courage, and this is you. And again, this was like whatever popped up just didn't matter, Virgo. You were going to overcome it no matter what. And that's so neat to see. You were self-sufficient. You were going to own it. You were going to keep pushing forward. So that Queen of Swords and that King of Wands is a really nice pairing. And those are characteristics or attributes to you. The next card we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is, interestingly enough, a card of truth coming out. So we've heard that through the Justice, we heard that through the Eight of Wands, and now we're hearing again with the Page of Swords, the truth coming out. So definitely truth coming out in your favor. Some sort of new message, something. But you could have been like seen in the wrong light, or there could have been some sort of information that you were waiting for, but definitely truth coming out times 3 in this column. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is just general, what's coming for the remainder of September. We have the card Efficiency. I love the card Efficiency. This is all about doing things a better way. For those of you that don't know me, I work in business efficiencies outside of reading cards. So I, of course, love efficiency. But this is a good reminder that if something's not working this next month, don't be afraid to like tweak it or shake it up. Like find a way to save a little bit more money, to get a little bit more sleep at the end of the night, to get a little bit more out of your workouts. Somehow become a little bit more efficient this month. But let's see what messages we have coming through here. The first card that we have is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful. It's interesting because we were just talking like, how do you get the extra dollar out of your paycheck? How do you get the extra hour of sleep? The Queen of Pentacles is literally the epitome of this. This is being resourceful with the resources you have. So that's a big message this month. Be efficient, be resourceful. The Queen of Pentacles is also a domestic card, so advancement of a relationship or entering into a new relationship. This is also a card of fertility, so if you're hoping to grow your family, the Queen of Pentacles is a great card for you. The next card that we have is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Cups, this is new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So some really strong love cards back to back here for you. Again, if you're hoping to grow your family, this is a good card. New relationship, advancement of a current relationship. But Queen of Pentacles and Ace of Cups are two very nice love cards there in a row. And at the bottom here, we have another ace card. We just talked about those aces being cards of newness. The Ace of Swords is new idea, new mental clarity. And this is important. So I always tell people you can't get what you want if you aren't clear on what you want. So in terms of being more efficient or being more resourceful, if you want more money, you need to have clarity on how you're going to get more money and know that that's the focus. So that's how to save a little bit more, how to spend a little bit less. So be very clear on what you want. That's always my best advice for anybody trying to accomplish anything, is be clear on what you want. But let's clarify out this column, see what we're working with here. This Truth card just keeps coming up for you. So we have the Justice card side by side here. I don't know that these are necessarily one and the same now that I'm looking at it. They very well could be, but I don't know that this is the same Justice we were just speaking about. So again, that Justice card is that cause and effect, that win-win solution. And this is like win-win solutions by being more efficient. So it's like you want more money, at the same time you're saving more money and saving or spending less money. So that's that win-win solution. You want to sleep more, you're going to go to bed a little bit earlier, cut out 5 minutes of your hair routine and get that extra sleep. Cause and effect is going to help get you to that goal, being resourceful with your resources, finding that new efficiency. The Justice card is one of those cards that's always favorable for you too. So again, you can't lose in this situation. The next card that we have is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is typically not a very good relationship. This is something like theft, betrayal, dishonesty, running away. I feel like, again, this is not an existing relationship, but a previous relationship that could have been more recent. It's like you left this not very good relationship and now we're entering into this great relationship. Or perhaps like you really wanted to have kids and your past partner didn't want to have kids, and now we're in this relationship where you're happy and healthy and we're able to have kids. There was this relationship that drove you away, but they drove you away to this great relationship. But but it's like you couldn't have had the high without the low. The next card that we have is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is very stagnant. If you look at this person, they're quite literally hanging there by their foot. It's waiting for more information. And the interesting thing about this, I'm glad to see this because this, again, is stagnant. It's not moving. But with the Ace of Swords, you're saying there's going to be new clarity. So with the Hangman, we need more information. The Ace of Swords is saying that you will get the clarity that you need to move things forward. So that's nice. Moving on to our next column, we're going to take a look at anything related to money, think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Really anything that you associate with money. The first card at the top here, we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords we just talked about, again, not connected though. This is theft, betrayal, dishonesty. I feel like somebody did you wrong, possibly somebody stole from your business, took credit for your work. But this is you wanting to gather up your stuff and move away because things were not fair for you. You were not treated fairly. The next card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is very gossipy, very drama-like. It's people trying to mind your business. This is like also about the truth not being out. So again, people could be taking credit for your work. It's just really not a happy situation, or it's like, again, that cycle of constant drama, that constant water cooler talk. It does look like the combination of these two sword cards at the top are going to drive you to seek a new position or a new job this month. We have the Fool card at the bottom here, which is the first card of the Major Arcana. That's going to be taking new chances, going on new paths, going on a new beginning. I just feel like a new opportunity is coming because this isn't worth it. It's not working for you, Virgo. It's not making you happy. It's just not a good situation. And it's not just one thing. It seems like there's multiple things happening here. Let's clarify. Our first clarifier is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card of withdrawing, retreating, moving on. Not surprised to see this. We just talked about that with the Fool. It's like, I have time to go. Like the job itself, so you see the Eight of Cups here, they're stacked pretty nicely. So the job itself wasn't bad, but maybe like the politics were just not good either. But this is you walking away. So you have two cards where you're moving away. So I definitely see you moving on to a new opportunity this month, Virgo. The next card we have is the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of greed, addiction, envy, materialism, obsession. I feel like this job was just eating away at you. It's hard to get it out of your thoughts. Sometimes when I see the Devil card, it's like it's wholly consuming of your thoughts. It's all you think about all the time. And you shouldn't do that with your job, let me tell you. So I feel like it just was bothering you to the extent where you couldn't let it go. You couldn't move on from it. And hence, again, that's driving you away from it. At the bottom here, we have the Nine of Swords, which is echoing that sentiment. The Nine of Swords, like there's something bothering you to the point where it's keeping you up at night. This person's sitting up in bed. It's just not worth it. No job is worth it. So I'm glad to see these moving on cards. Again, you have two moving on cards and a new beginning. So I think we're going to be moving on to something much, much better there, Virgo. Now let's talk about love, family, friends, relationship, children, whatever you associate with love. The first card that we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. If you see this person, they're blindfolded, their arms are bound down, but there's all these swords surrounding them. And all they have to do is wiggle back and cut themselves free. So keep that in mind. Whatever you want in terms of love or in terms of relationship, you have the ability to obtain. Make sure that you're not limiting yourself or hindering yourself in some fashion, Virgo. The next card that we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very confident, very self-assured. Again, you need to be clear on what you want in order to get what you want. But you have to go into this relationship head held high, very confident. Confidence is attractive. So especially if you're going into new relationships, take that approach. But it's like, I feel like you're not feeling confident, and this is saying you need to be feeling confident. At the bottom here, we have the Empress card. The Empress card is a card of creation. It's a card of abundance. Again, you have the ability to create whatever love situation you want. You just have to make sure you're not limiting yourself by lacking that confidence. So be confident, and again, you can create any love situation you want. The Empress is also a card of pregnancy and fertility, so if you are hoping to grow your family, that's a wonderful card for you. Let's clarify here. The first clarifier we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is, first off, a success card. So I think some of you, again, are limiting yourself because you don't think you're going to find the right person, or you don't think this relationship's going to be successful. So you need to be focusing on what you want and limiting those limiting thoughts. So there is success here in love if you can get over these self-limitations that you're having. This is also a card of friendship, which is great to see. Love is family, friends, children. It's not just about love interest. So definitely look for a friend event. You might be like celebrating a wedding shower, baby shower, graduation. But definitely take the time to go and hang out with friends and celebrate whatever item that is. The next card we have is the Nine of Cups. This fits really well with what I was telling you. The Nine of Cups is wishes coming true. So again, it's once we get clear on what we want, then our wishes will come true. So whatever you're hoping for in a relationship is absolutely going to happen, whether it's new relationship, advancement of your current relationship. Maybe you want to stay happily single. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to grow your family. You name it, but you have to be confident and self-assured. But these wishes are coming true. So like to see this through the end of September. There's going to be really good movement on whatever you're wishing for in terms of love. And at the bottom here we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a very traditional, conventional card. This is a great card, again, if you're hoping for that next step in a relationship, engagement, marriage. That falls very nicely under the Hierophant. This is also a card of having your expectations exceeded, which I like to see. So for those of you growing a family, I think a child is going to bring you much more joy or happiness than you ever expected. This relationship has more potential than you expected. It's like you didn't even think this kind of love was possible. So really, really neat to see the Hierophant is again exceeding those love expectations. Now moving on to our fifth and final column, we're going to take a look at a message from our future self or spirit guide, something to carry into the end of the month with us. We have the card Magnetism. This card has a lot of different meanings in the book that comes with this, but really the important one, and I feel like this echoes what we've already been talking about, is the ability to attract things to us, but we want to make sure we're attracting the right things. So where we spend our thoughts is what we attract. So we need to focus on the relationship we want. We need to focus on the job we want, the transformation that we want, whatever it may be. And when we get in these kind of ruts, we have to realize sometimes that we unintentionally attracted that to us because that's what we were focusing on. So with Magnetism, stay focused on exactly what you want so you attract those good things to you. Let's see what we've got here in our fifth and final column. The first card that we have is the Four of Cups. This very directly is tying back to what I just said and thinking about your thoughts. The Four of Cups is a card of feeling apathy or lack of fulfillment. But if all we think is lack of fulfillment, then what we're going to get is lack of fulfillment. So it's so important to be on top of your thoughts, Virgo, and be thinking about the things that you want. That paired with hard work is of course going to help us move forward. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. I tell people this is like the work smarter, not harder type energy. But the reason why I love the Eight of Pentacles so much is when I see this, it's like you've been working hard and your hard work is going to pay off. So it's really neat. So if you are able to focus in your thoughts and you're able to focus on the things you want, it's going to pay off literally immediately for you. At the bottom here, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a card of bully, theft, violence, abusive, some sort of toxic relationship. That's like the textbook meaning of the card. But the way that this message is coming through is that we need to not focus on outside influences too. Like, we can't let the things around us dictate our feelings too much. It's almost like going back to fortitude, about being able to overcome anything that comes our way. Again, the mindset can't change regardless of what's happening around us. You have to stay laser focused on what you want, no matter if there's chaos happening around. Let's see what other messages I can give you here. The first clarifier we have is the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an Ace card, this is a card of newness. The Ace of Pentacles is new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. I feel like a lot of you are trying to attract new money, and you're on the right path because we have that Eight of Pentacles, that hard-working card. Again, though, you can't be thinking about the downside. You can't be thinking of the lack of fulfillment. Specifically for those of you seeking money in this case, make sure you're focused on the fulfillment that will come with this new job, this promotion, this pay raise, this new money, whatever it may be. Definitely success. So our next card here is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card of victory, award, recognition, good news, success. Again, I was just saying with the Eight of Pentacles, that hard work paying off, and you have a success card. So there's no doubt that the efforts that you're putting in here are going to pay off. You are attracting the things that you want to yourself. At the bottom here, we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card of waiting, delayed success. You see this person planting these pentacles and they're waiting for them to grow. The more energy you take on externally, the more energy that you give to the chaos that's surrounding it, it's going to slow things down. And we already kind of know that and talk about that. So make sure you are laser focused on what you want. Now at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch Fortune Telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1, we have the Eight of Clubs. This is number 13 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2, we have the Six of Hearts. This is number 3 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the 10 of Spades. This is number 30 card. That's going to be a no. So no, yes, no for you. If you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of September. Your crystal this month is Adventuring, which is good for meditation, introspective. It's inner and outer peace, and it helps you have the right action at the right time. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, healing love and light from me to you. Thank you so much, Virgo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, those subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Virgo, and I hope you have a wonderful September.